Hello. You know that newspapers are the most important source of news. And we read them to you every day on our channel. Newspapers say the United States wants to reopen, but has bad models. Watch this video to the end to know about these plans and models.
The Wall Street Journal.
Virus widens rift between U.S., China. Relations between the U.S. and China, strained for years, have deteriorated at a rapid clip recently, leaving the two nations facing fewer shared interests and a growing list of conflicts, including sniping this week over the coronavirus pandemic. Ride-hailing apps face bumpy road. Pandemic challenges the business model that supercharged the two startups. Uber Technologies Incorporated and smaller rival Lyft Incorporated are bracing for a new reality in ride-hailing. Fewer passengers for the foreseeable future. Silver Lake makes big tech bets while rivals sit out the crisis. At times when shares of Twitter Incorporated slipped over the past few years, Silver Lake co-CEO Egan Durbin would make discreet inquiries about buying the social media company, whose share price has sometimes lagged behind its popularity and cultural significance.
Los Angeles Times.
Sweeping change in college sexual misconduct rules. Revision of Obama-era policies bolsters rights of the accused. Students accused of sexual misconduct will get stronger due process protections under sweeping federal rules announced Wednesday by Education Secretary Betsy DeVos. Changes critics warn will weaken the fight against campus sexual assaults. Back in business sort of. As doors begin to reopen, social distancing and face mask wearing will be the norm. Will merchants be able to survive? Businesses in California may start opening again as soon as Friday. But it won't be business as usual. No-bid contracts mount as state seeks protective gear scramble for supplies marked by little transparency. In a frantic effort to secure face masks and respond to the coronavirus crisis, California has committed to spend more than $3.7 billion on no-bid contracts, scores of them with businesses that have no track record with the state. Walk right up and up. Drinks are free. Pop-up bars on Southern California trails serve thirsty, surprised hikers. They stood at the top of the trail in the Palisades, three stylish sentinels, distinguished by bow ties, suspenders, newsboy caps and a stovepipe hat. LA's hottest commodity makes a real splash. Sofia Gonzalez was always too shy to sunbathe on the terrace behind her North Hollywood home, a postage-stamp-sized patio in a condo ringed by rear windows and overhung with balconies like sun-scalded bougainvillea.
Chicago Tribune.
This plan does not work. Illinois House GOP pans Pritzker's reopening roadmap, saying full recovery too far away. Facing harsh reviews from Republican lawmakers and some business leaders, Governor J.B. Pritzker on Wednesday sought to deflect criticism over his five-phase plan to reopen the state by saying it was dictated by science and data, not by himself. Unions' threat of strike adds to worries. Care of nursing home residents a big concern if action goes forward. When his ailing mother came down with a sore throat and tested positive for the coronavirus, Eric Russell had her transferred from her nursing home in Chicago to a new nursing home in Park Forest. Hailing the healers, nursing assistant Kelly Baker, 27, walks past members of the Chicago Police Department and the University of Chicago Police Department while they applaud healthcare workers outside the University of Chicago Medical Center on Wednesday. New campus assault rules bolster rights of accused. Change reshapes way schools will respond to sexual misconduct.
USA Today.
Reopening, despite dire models. Projection warns 466,000 deaths possible. San Francisco. Millions of Italians were allowed to return to work this week after nearly 2 months in lockdown because of the coronavirus. Children are free to play outside in Spain again after the pandemic kept them indoors for 6 weeks. Infections at meat plants hit 10,000. Slaughterhouse closings are triggering shortages. The meatpacking industry hit a grim milestone this week when the number of coronavirus cases tied to outbreaks at its beleaguered plants passed 10,000, according to USA Today and Midwest Center for Investigative Reporting tracking. pay bills, or feed the kids. For millions without jobs, it's not a long walk from here to the brink. Rose Landgarrier lies in bed each night, waiting for her cell phone to display 7:30 a.m., the time the Florida unemployment office opens.
The New York Times.
As hunger grows, GOP pushes back over food stamps. Millions struggling during pandemic. Democrats seek to raise benefits. Trump moving past outbreak despite alarms. Confronted with America's worst public health crisis in generations, President Trump declared himself a wartime president. Now he has begun doing what past commanders have done when a war goes badly: declare victory and go home. Republican pair facing scrutiny in virus venture. A company created just 6 weeks ago by a pair of Republican operatives received hundreds of millions of dollars in payments from desperate state and local governments for coronavirus supplies, but is now facing a federal criminal investigation and a rising chorus of complaints from customers who say their orders never arrived. Cities test ideas to keep people cool and apart. Air-conditioned buses and hotel rooms to shield vulnerable. EU forecasts a sharp slide into recession. 7.4% dip would pinch US economy too. Lockdown but next doors wide open. With the border dividing the Netherlands and Belgium cutting straight through the entrance offers studio and art gallery, Sylvia Rijbroek was confused over which country's rules to follow when the coronavirus upended Europe.
The Washington Post.
Hispanics see worse job losses in US 20% rate is nearly double whites poll. Crisis is also hitting blacks disproportionately. Hispanics are nearly twice as likely as whites to have lost their jobs amid the coronavirus shutdowns, according to a Washington Post Ipsos poll, underlining that the pandemic is taking a disproportionate toll on some racial and ethnic groups. A nation and 2 cities divided. One NM mayor wants his town kept isolated. Not far away, another opposes shutdown orders. Louis Bonaghitti had been mayor of this tiny city set among high desert buttes and Native American reservations for just a matter of hours last week when the governor called inside Plan C, the rogue operation to capture Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro. Inside a glittering Miami high-rise, representatives of the Venezuelan opposition sat in a room adorned with samurai swords and listened to a pitch. They had been appointed by opposition leader Juan Guaido to explore all options in their US-backed quest to oust Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. On that afternoon on the shores of Biscayne Bay last September, a former US Army Green Beret presented them with an answer. Trump ally taking over at long-targeted Postal Service. A top donor to President Trump and the Republican National Committee will be named the new head of the Postal Service, putting a top ally of the president in charge of an agency where Trump has long pressed for major changes in how it handles its business. Thank you for watching us. To receive our daily videos, please subscribe to us. Have a nice time.